So if somebody looks at you and goes, either, oh, well, it was all my ex's fault, right?
Yep.
Red flag number one, right?
Yeah.
I mean, like I said, there are cases of serious abuse where that is true, but you'll figure that out, right? But I would consider it a red flag until you know otherwise or have proof otherwise, because that tells me you're not looking at yourself. You're just playing the blame game and you're pointing the finger at the other person. And then if they say, I don't know, it just is what it is, I'd be like dismissive awareness. They don't want to talk about it. They don't want to think about it. And they didn't want to talk or think about it in the breakup either.
Yeah.
They just wanted to shove it down and they wanted to move on. And they're hoping that someone else will be more compatible with them.
I used to tend to say it is what it is quite a bit. I mean, not in this specific context, but I is like, oh, it is what it is. I know.
It's the favorite PA phrase. It is what it is. And, there are things in life where it is what it is because we can't control everything in life.
Right.
But we can't control how we respond to things.
Mm-hmm. No.
Right? And how did you respond? It is what it is. So I just turned my attention away from it. Or it is what it is, but I want to see how I can move forward in a positive direction and become a better person as a result of what happened, or learn the lessons I needed to learn as a result of this relationship to become a better person.
That's true. Yeah, no, I think that's such a beautiful way to set it, because it's like, it takes your ego out of it too. It's like, it's so easy to hear like, oh, all my exes were crazy, but you're so fantastic. And it's like, oh, wow, well, I'm better than the last person. But it's like, but in reality, I'm like, wait a minute, I'm going to be crazy too. And also when conflict happens, there's going to be zero responsibility and zero self-awareness and zero open growth mindset to maybe bring a third party in or dive into therapy or think of different strategies or anything. I'm just going to be crazy. And I'm just going to be just like everybody else. That's such a beautiful way where you could still have mimosas and be flirty and just casually ask that question. Because we're still on a date. You don't want to sit them down and with a hard overhead light and be like, "What happened to your ex?" That's smooth. That's
more of like that. A third and fourth date question, maybe. Yeah. Right. And the first date question might be more like, "Well, who do you follow on social media? Like, what things interest you? Are you interested in whatever type of thing they're interested in, right? Like, who's on your feed? What podcasts do you like? What books do you read? Right. And then I'm going to see, what are they, I've dated people that they're only following bodybuilders and they're only reading nutrition books on how to grow muscle, and they're doing those things. And that's a great thing to have in your life. It's a great goal to be in shape.
Yeah.
But it doesn't tell me a lot about your emotional and character development. It tells me you're focused on your body and you're focused on your image. Now, pair that with someone who's also, listening to Thais Gibson or Tony Robbins or anybody else out there in the personal growth and development space of your character and your emotional life, then, hey, man, you've got somebody who's just all about self-improvement and body.
The Self-Hype Podcast. The Self-Hype Podcast. The Self-Hype Podcast.